Most people see this animal and assume it is a spider. But almost everything people believe about it is wrong. Stories and myths have followed this creature for decades. Some people believe it is one of the deadliest spiders alive. But that story contains several major mistakes. This is a Harvestman, a member of the order Opiliones. It lives quietly in forests, gardens, and hidden corners of our homes. Most of its life is spent avoiding danger. Its long legs are one of its greatest advantages. And they are also why people mistake it for a spider. True spiders have two separate body sections. Harvestmen have only one fused body section. Even their eyes are arranged differently. They are relatives, but they are not the same animal. Despite the similarities, this animal is not a spider. Both belong to the arachnids, but they evolved separately. One of the biggest differences is silk. Harvestmen cannot produce silk or build webs. Every web you see belongs to something else. Their mouths are built very differently as well. They possess small mouth parts rather than venomous fangs. Many species survive by scavenging rather than hunting. In many habitats, they act as nature's cleanup crew. Their long legs help them cross difficult ground with ease. Those front legs often function like sensory antennas. They help the animal understand its surroundings. Dark, humid places provide shelter from predators and heat. But one myth has followed this animal around the world. People often claim it is highly venomous, but unable to bite humans. Perhaps the most famous myth claims it is extremely venomous. The problem is that this story is almost entirely false. Harvestmen do not possess venom glands. There is simply no venom to inject. They also lack the venomous fangs found in spiders. Their mouth parts are designed for feeding rather than attacking. So where did this strange myth begin? The answer may be simple confusion. Several completely different animals share the name Daddy Longlegs.
Over time, their stories became mixed together. Different creatures, different biology, and different behaviors.
The Harvestman returns to its ordinary life beneath our feet.
But life on the forest floor is never completely safe. Predators are constantly searching for an easy meal.
Speed is often its first line of defense.
Those long legs are surprisingly effective escape tools.
When captured, another strategy may appear. Some species can sacrifice a leg to survive. The moving leg distracts the attacker long enough for escape. It is a costly defense, but sometimes survival demands it. Escaping danger is only one part of its survival strategy. Some species rely on another, less visible defense.
Many harvestmen release defensive chemicals when threatened. The odor is unpleasant to many predators. Most encounters end without conflict. And sometimes they are not alone.
Many species gather in surprisingly large groups. Some gatherings contain hundreds or even thousands of individuals. Grouping together may help conserve moisture and improve survival. But even in large numbers, they remain harmless neighbors.
Most people never notice the work happening beneath their feet.
Harvestmen often feed on dead insects and decaying material. They help recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem.
Even the smallest scavengers help support new life.
The same work continues in gardens and backyards. Some species even live quietly alongside humans. They spend most of their lives avoiding attention. But fear often arrives before understanding.
Many are killed simply because they are mistaken for spiders.
But this animal was never the threat people imagined. It is neither aggressive nor dangerous.
It lacks nearly every feature people fear in spiders.
What remains is simply another part of the ecosystem. Every species contributes in ways we rarely notice. And sometimes the most misunderstood creatures are the quietest helpers. Fear often begins with what we do not understand. And this small animal has carried those fears for generations. But the evidence tells a very different story.
No venom glands. No webs. Not even a true spider.
Only a harmless scavenger trying to survive. One that quietly helps keep ecosystems healthy. Like so many overlooked creatures, its work often goes unseen. The Harvestman is one of those creatures. Not a monster, not a threat, just misunderstood. Perhaps misunderstanding is its greatest predator. Sometimes all a creature needs is a second look, and perhaps a little curiosity. Because the world is full of creatures we have judged too quickly. And many of them are far less frightening than we imagine. The Harvestman is one of those creatures.
Not a monster. Not a threat. Just misunderstood.
If you enjoyed discovering hidden creatures like this one, consider subscribing for more stories from the natural world.